My Harley Davidson is leaking. So I pulled my bike out of the garage the other day, started it up, let it idle a little bit and warm up, and I noticed this. Yep, that's right, I do have a leak. It is a fuel leak in my 2018 Sport Glide. Now, a couple things I've been noticing is that one, this is a known problem with Harley Davidson and these new Softails. So this fuel leak occurs more often when there's low fuel in the tank. I would say around half a tank or below, I see a more constant flow. If I have the tank anywhere between, I would say 3/4 and full, I don't really see it as much. I may get a couple of drops when I pull it into the garage and notice it on my rubber mat that I usually set my bike on here when I put my bike away for the day. But a couple days ago, I noticed that I was having a very violent leak, and this leak was like dripping like a leaky faucet. I mean, this thing was just pouring out of the bike. Now, fellow motovlogger Tony Cox has had this same problem with his 2018 Softail. He has a 2018 Softail Slim. He had this leak happen, and he said it was just the fuel pressure regulator needed to be rotated like 180 degrees. That was it. Now, I've heard a handful of things on what the problem could be that's causing this leak, and one of the things I heard was it could be the fuel pump. I've heard like what Tony had going on, the fuel pressure regulator just had to be rotated that 180 degrees. And then also I've heard that it's just a faulty gas cap is causing the leak, but I don't think that's the problem with my bike, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna go down to Ted's Harley Davidson right now and get this problem looked at and hopefully get it fixed today. All right, I'm kind of in a hurry to get down there, so I'm gonna go ahead and get on the bike and we're gonna head down to Ted's now and get this problem fixed. Let's take a look. Yep, we got a steady flow of fuel right there. That should stop once we get going. Now, some of you may be worried about me driving with this fuel leak, but honestly, it's not dripping on anything that's going to cause an explosion, so we should be fine. I know Tony Cox, when he took his bike into the dealership, he rode it in, but we should be good. But I put a little over half a gallon of gas in this bike. We should be good. I mean, it's not leaking so much where I'm just noticing the fuel deplete just completely. But you saw what happened. I mean, it was coming out pretty steady. So with this amount of gas in it, you know, I'm gonna lose a little bit of gas driving down to Alton, but they should be able to see the problem without hesitation from the bike. I know, have you ever had it happen to you where like you take your bike or your car into a shop to have something looked at, and it happens all the time, and then when you actually get the bike into the shop, it just stops doing whatever it was doing. I know that won't be the case with this, because I mean, it's dripping pretty bad, and I've got video from today, I got video from back in May, I've got video from last week. Now, when I rode this bike, well, actually I didn't ride it, I just pulled it out of the garage and I just had it warming up there. It was just coming out so bad, like, you know what, I'm not gonna ride this thing until I get it down to the dealership. At least when I ride it there, you know, it'll be able to get fixed wherever I'm going. But like I said, I'm not worried about it causing an explosion or anything, because it's not leaking on the exhaust or anything like that. So I should be fine on the way down to Alton. And it's probably not gonna leak as bad since I'm actually accelerating and, you know, using gas. Yeah, hopefully we get the problem fixed today. I do have a couple things I want to talk about, and that is some stuff coming up that's got us, well, I should say me, but also a bunch of the guys that are taking part in the Midwest Moto Meetup, very excited. First, I want to talk about this new podcast that the five of us are doing. When I say us, I'm talking Tony Cox, Great Egret, Moose Knuckled Mike, is also known as Wet Banana Moto, and Ryan, who's known as Kid Moto 22. We're going to start doing this podcast called Five Dirty Bikers, and it's going to air its first episode on, I think it's going to be the 28th or 30th of August. It's going to be that last week of August. But this should be incredibly fun. We did a test run of the audio. You know, we all bought microphones and had like a little audio test to see how it sounded through the feed and everything. And, you know, we talked for a good, better part of an hour and a half or more just to test out the audio. And I tell you what, man, I've never laughed so hard in a long time as when I did when I had the conversations with these guys on just like random bullshit. It was so funny, and these podcasts are going to be so fun. But I think the idea is to do them every Wednesday and get them out by like Friday the following 2 days after. So yeah, look for that. 5 dirty bikers, more like, you know, dirty-minded bikers. We got this nice comedic personality between all of us that meshes really well when we get into these live streams or live chats, and it's just so much fun. These guys are such a good time. Anyway, I'm going to cut things right there. I will see you guys when we get down to the dealership. Alright, welcome back. We're just about to Ted's. Tell you what, it's a freaking beautiful morning. This is going to be a perfect day to go riding. Hopefully they can get this problem fixed in a short amount of time. And just to let you guys know, if you're wondering about the mileage on my bike, I'm just over 2,800 miles, so under 3,000 miles before this problem started. If you have a Softail and you've had this problem, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, I know Tony Cox has had it. Here we are, good old Ted's. It's an American institution. Alright guys, I just dropped my bike off inside. They're going to take a look at it and let me know what the problem is. In the meantime, we'll take a look at some bikes, we'll take a look on the inside shop, and we'll maybe talk to a few people. Alright guys, so I just got some good news. The bike is fixed, and just like Tony Cox, just like a lot of people I've been reading about on the internet, same issue. They took the fuel pump out, they turned that fuel pressure regulator 180 degrees, totally fixed, they said. So we're going to hop back on the bike here in a minute. They're getting it nice and shiny for me. They're cleaning it up, and we'll get out of here. We'll head to Pere Marquette, go down to Grafton, check things out down there. Real simple fix, guys. Couldn't be any easier. And just as predicted, turning that fuel pressure regulator 180 degrees was the fix. So if you got a 2018 Softail and you got a fuel leak, odds are that's going to be your problem. But a big shout out to Ted's Harley Davidson here in Alton, Illinois. Always top service. The people there are great. The service is phenomenal. I'm glad that is my regular dealership. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Thanks for joining me once again. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that bell icon when you subscribe. That way you know I got videos out just like this one. Until next time, you guys take it sleazy. I'll see you in the next video.